What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. Doing pretty good. It's been a busy end of the week. Little behind on the video I was talking about. I'm sorry, listening to the audio check. It's kind of disruptive. That's a learned talent to be able to hear yourself speaking in your own ear what you said a few minutes ago, you know? But it's very strange. But anyway, yes, it's been a busy week. And a few seconds ago. It's been a busy week. I was in New York City today, this morning, where I don't belong. But not a city boy. Grew up on a farm. Lived mostly lived mostly in a rural setting. Well, that's why we're standing here, Jiggy, so we can pet the donkey. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like the big city. It's a bunch of cool stuff. Everyone was nice. I didn't have any problems. Traffic's a little crazy, but is what it is. I guess it's a still suit he's wearing. Good on you, dude. Don't forget. How does a donkey know to pull from his catch pockets, though? Anyway, oh, can't walk away. Sorry. Whoa, okay, lady. Whoa, hey. So yeah, we are set to go. So we're here in Arakeen, of course, as you might well know. Any of my Harco visitors, this is where I go when I need to do fun stuffs. You guys have to go to a village. But anywho, coming in here because we were doing some stuffs. Whatever. I used to come here to pay the taxes like everybody else did. And I would always go in and take a look at some schematics. And I've kind of been wondering if we're going to see some graded items coming in here. If we do, I don't know where they're going to show up. The unique schematics, I'm waiting to see if some graded ones show up as well. This guy is really undercutting these. And they have the same exact time. It's strange. It might be somebody feeling their oats there. These are all the same time as well, so this guy's selling all three. Hey, look. I don't know if that's going to sell. But anywho. But yeah, I'll take a look through here. I actually picked up a Halleck's pick. I imagine it stores the water for the human to extract and feed it to the animal. Yeah, that's not... I know where you're going with that, man. Oh, get bought within 30 minutes for graded items, huh? Yeah. I would imagine. I got, like I said, I got a Halleck's pick. Just wanted one. Hadn't had one before. Missed it a couple times. Was upset. But yeah, I usually check these just to see what people are selling and what they're going for. Sometimes I'll buy stuff. Sometimes I buy things I don't even need. Why? Well, because if you look on a lot of forum posts, Reddit type places like that, everyone talks about how the market is dead. Well, I mean, to an extent, sure. Like, for instance, do I need one of these? Absolutely not. I do not need this. But someone's selling it. And this isn't a super unique item. I mean, it says it is, but it's not. But I think sometimes of, like, who is selling this? Like this taro cutter array. That is 3 or 4 times how much I would ever ask for a taro cutter array. Probably why it hasn't sold. I would imagine they have it on a short system. But you potentially have a player who's, just getting new into this. Got some extra items and they're trying to see if, maybe they can make some money for it. So there's a jolt knife. I've got a ton of these. I don't need one. I would assume this is the same person selling all 3. So, nameless person. Today is your lucky day. I'll take 2 of them. I'm going to leave one of them so you can question exactly what happened. You know, when you see something like this Ancient Way, experimental lightning gun, these are people looking to make big profits. I'm okay with that. I will leave that one go. That's what I'm using right now. It's not really broken. It's not hard to get, but you know what? Today's your lucky day too, individual selling that. So yeah, I'm hoping to kind of push my market into action. And especially when I see like low price items. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's stupid of me to assume this, but I think it's, you know, a newer player, somebody who's just trying to get ahead. And that 1,000 is going to really help them out. I mean, I've got 6.5 million. It's nothing to me. Could be a lot to them. So, why not? Um, Looked at that already. Notice this. It's interesting. We got a lightweight adjuster, a level 3 augment. 300k they're asking. That's interesting because it reduces the stamina cost to attack and overall volume, which is strange, but reduces damage output. Can't have that. And then, of course, we're going to look here in the resources and stuff. And here's what's interesting. You'll see somebody selling spice melange for 12,500. They've got several stacks of it up there. Then you got this douchebag here who undercut them by like 2,500, selling it for 10k. It's me. I'm doing it. I wanted to test to see what spice is selling here, and I actually put 2 of them up. One of them, all 500 were sold. So I've got 29 days and 19 hours, so it wasn't that long ago it was bought to take that. Now, once you do, I can take the item, which is going to make this number go way up, like that. And now I have 11 million instead of 6. Here's the stuff I just bought. So I guess we will take them as well. I don't know if you played around with the market personally. Like here. Oh, it's still item going to backpack. Okay. This is all the stuff I got in my backpack, which is nothing I want to sell. But believe it or not, I don't have anything in my assault that I rode here. So I wish they would adjust the listing prices. Like when I listed those, I only did them for like 3 days because it wanted like 400,000. It's a lot of money. A lot of money per listing, and it takes it away right out of the gate. Makes you wonder, like, you know, do you get that back if it doesn't sell or what? That money I don't have. It actually went to this total, which is with the bank, not with me, so whatever. But that's where we're starting out here tonight. Oh, you stepping up? You want to go? That was something that I used to do whenever I'd come here and pay my taxes, but now that they've gotten rid of taxes, great, now it's another thing I got to remember. So anywho, we are heading back. I went to the water shipper's mansion with the storyline, and haven't gone back. I'm wondering if they're going to give us a reason or not. When it first changed, I did not like this Overland map. It was a little cartoony, and it's nice that they shortened it up some. I'm glad they got rid of the water and the the fuel, because it never mattered anywhere. I never ever had to stop for anything. It's growing on me. It's a minor thing, you know. Let's not freak out about silliness. Where the hell am I? Oh, I know. Came in the wrong spot. Sitting here yapping. Yeah, we'll just fly. Only got sound in one headphone, which means this cable is just about unplugged. So what we're gonna do ready? All better. Much louder too. Holy crap. I'm only coming over here to see if this is on drum sand. I don't think it is. No, it's not. Drum sand's off to that side. It's a good spot. I don't need it though, so we shall move on. Oh, we gonna hit? We gonna hit? Hell no. We'll hit those though if we're not careful. So I'd mentioned in the description, I don't know if you read it or not, but I gotta... Sorry. I don't know if you've ever overheated before, but this was a welcome change. The fact that they give you the gauge to where it shows you when you're going to come back online. It was kind of nice. But yeah, I'd mentioned it in the description that I started to do some serious thought on my my monastery base. It served a great purpose. When I first was moving from the aluminum to duraluminum phase, I needed a whole lot of it. Needed a whole lot of duraluminum, and for that you need jasmium. So I did several of the runs going in. You know, we'd fly in, grab it, fly out. Then I saw there were actually several videos of people talking about building bases down on some of the outcroppings in order to gather tons of jasmium, which I then took kind of a step forward and started actually making my duraluminum strictly down there, and then I would just transport the final product from that base to there. That works out real well because there is still there's a lot of aluminum in the deep desert, and it was tough to get. And go away. It did take a while, and I needed a lot, so that was great. But now we've kind of testing out a new layout here. It's a little rough getting this thing in and out. Still possible. I wanted something different for the attack ornithopter. So yeah, we're trying this out. It's a bit of an incline, the stepped incline. But yeah, I'm having a little trouble flying in and out right now. So sorry you can't see it, but I'm looking at the chat over here. This is something that I want to talk about with we'll put the monastery base on pause for just a second. It's good to see chat. Couldn't tell you how many times I've logged in, started playing, mess around for like 2 hours, and I'd never see that unless you went to the deep desert where we had certain individuals that wouldn't shut the hell up. That always happened. The deep desert did have a whole lot more communication, but Haga Basin, no. And then the fact that they created like the house chat, because there used to only be Haga Basin, deep desert, proximity, of course. Proximity, Haga Basin, deep desert, and then your guild and private. But they have the house one now, which is kind of nice. But yeah, it's good to see chat. So that's what was drawing my attention away. Okay, back to what I was talking about. I don't use duraluminum that much anymore, and I have a pretty decent supply of it. So I was thinking to myself, what I would kind of like to do is I keep all my ore storage down here. So we're going to take a little zippity zip down. Don't have a whole lot, but I've got a bunch down at the base, down in the monastery. Probably 3 times as much of this. I was thinking about bringing everything here and filling this up, and then either shutting down the monastery and tearing it down and reclaim the sub-veep, or possibly repurposing it. By repurposing, it's not that long a trip. You've seen me do it a bunch of times to go from here to the Overland map. It's about the same distance here, but this is a little rougher terrain. But yeah, so I'm up here in the corner, whereas the base I'm talking about is right on the edge. So this is like super easy to get in and out of. And in fact, when I come in from the Overland map, in the little pie piece, it brings me in like right about here, right next to it. It's beautiful. So it's, awesome territory, awesome plot of land. Somebody else could probably make much better use of it than I am. But then again, you can only be so nice. I don't know. Still thinking about it. What are your thoughts? The reason to get rid of it, I don't do a lot of duraluminum. I do some. So I was thinking just max out the storage boxes, bring it all up to the main base, and then I can go from there. If I have to make some later, I can just fly down here, grab some, and do what I have to do. So I don't really make use of it. If I have to, I have other options. It's just a convenience right now. So those are and plus, it's a good spot for somebody else who could make use of it. So those are the reasons for me not to be there. Reasons for me to be there is real fast Overland map. I would have to relocate the main base from here somewhere over in here to get as quick a reaction time, and I don't feel like trying to move everything. So, that's a good thing for me to keep it. Also, there's an ebb and flow to this game. Let's look at water. Water's a great example of what I'm talking about. In the very early stages of playing the game, you can't get anywhere too far away from plants. You're going to need plants or somebody else's water supply. Then you learn how to harvest it a little better, or you get a leader John that you can put it into. You'll get the scythe and the reapers. Then you'll move up in the different tiers. You'll make bigger containers. Then you have, machines that can draw it out of the air over time. And then you learn how to take the blood out of people and make that out of water. And then all of a sudden you're putting their whole body in there. And you get to a point where water no longer becomes an issue. I think I'm in another one of those little transitional phases where I've gone from flying into the deep desert, grab my stuff and fly back, to flying to the deep desert, building a super awesome base that can do everything, and then just hitting the deep desert real hard for like the entire week. To now, I would much rather, because spending a whole week in the deep desert is kind of an iffy thing right now. with just the Landsraad stuff all on its own, because you've got to do, you know, 5, 10, 15 messages. You love your Sheol base, would never give it up. Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. But yeah, you can go out there for like a whole day. Like I can go out there today and just spend all my gaming time out there. But eventually I'm going to have to come back. I'm going to have to go to that Overland map, do some Landsraad stuff. There's nothing, as far as I've seen, that involves the deep desert with Landsraad. Everything has been Haga Basin or Overworld map, right? 152, Record Tyke, Blushing Cavern, Udam, Blushing Cavern, Station 89, Haga Rift, Wreck of the Tyke. Oh, I should do this just because I hate them. I'll explain that one day. I've hinted to it, but I'll explain it for real. I might do a video on it. Broodworks, Tyke, 136. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Broken Lands and the Broodworks, Tyke, and Shield Wall, and Haga Basin. So, yeah, carrier and buggy whenever I need Jasmium. There are ways. So there's no reason as of yet, maybe that'll change, for the Landsraad to go out to the deep desert. So I can't go out there and spend a week like I used to. I'm going to have to come back here. I'm going to have to at least go to the Overland map. I don't know. I like my Sheol base. This thing was awesome. It's very small. It's very compact. It had the base garage up in the eastern wall. The road that overlooks me Central from the east. Great route for aluminum and bodies. The only issue, Jiggy, is I can't let the Masquerite ever sleep soundly. They always need to fear me, so I need to be here. Some days I'll just fly out and just fly around here and not do anything. Just buzz them so they know the demon is still out there. So we're thinking of it. It's going to take a while before I ever make a decision on it. Another problem I have with it, though, can't really do spice refining there. The footprint I have is not big enough for... okay. The footprint I have down there is not big enough. Why am I getting scary music for this bad boy? And it would actually take some work to incorporate one of these things in there. So that I don't think is going to happen. But as far as aluminum, duraluminum, and duraluminum does sell. You don't get crazy amounts, like 5 million, but you can get some crazy amounts for duraluminum, and that's helpful. Anytime I've sold it for cheap. I think like 1,000 Solari for each nugget was the most, maybe 500. So still valuable. All right, bud. He's heading out. That's okay. You can do what you want. He's 15. He gets to do whatever he wants. I tried this without these extended steps, and it actually would fit and stand there, but the front legs were like dangling. It looked a little scary. I can drive to the east for aluminum and drive west for... I'll drive west with the Orny for the Odom. They need to see me. That's why there's a camp right there. They watch to see when I've taken flight. Set off alarms, run for safety. Is there a storm coming? Must be, because I'm having a tough time. Oh, look at that. Sucker's just skimming by us. Oh, you know what? We'll go take a look at something because there is a base over here that just got hit. And I've been watching it slowly get destroyed, but she just won't give it up. Ah. I feel like that door is plenty big enough. I don't know why I have so much trouble. So somebody did kind of like a Japanese pagoda thing right here, which is really awesome. And never met them, but awesome. Very structurally cool. And then right across from them is this guy whose base just like appeared and has been falling apart forever. But it's got no walls. And things are falling apart everywhere. It's free stuff, so this is kind of neat. I don't know if that was purposefully a trap or what, but it's kind of neat. And he's got a console that's semi-exposed. But man, this won't break. This is getting hurt, but not much anymore. Seems like everything else, you know, how are these steps critical, but this box is perfect. This box, you know, just waiting for this to fall apart. I don't know what the heck's going on with this place. That's critical, but that's only bad. This, it's like it's not even attached to this place anymore. Interesting view. Put a nice window here. I don't know what's in here. I don't see any real advanced machinery, although they did get to the point where they can make big boxes, so plastanium is involved. As far as I'm concerned, it's just free stuff. Apparently somebody wants to respawn here. I don't know who that is. But yeah, it's just breaking down real weird. These are regular death stills, not the advanced ones. So I don't know. I just kind of been keeping my eye on it, but this thing is like defying the laws of engineering. It just won't break. I have a feeling when it does, it's just going to completely collapse and I'll miss it. You know, if it does, who cares? It's not that big of a deal. I don't know if this guy watched my content or just came back on his own, but I was worried about this one. I've always liked this. This was very nicely done. I like the little pillar on the side there and the way they built their hangar. And their power went out and everything was starting to get trashed and broken and they were getting pretty close to losing it. But they came back and fixed everything and put the power back on. So awesome job, whoever you are. I don't know. But yeah, they came back and fixed their stuff. So, anywho, we have stuff to do. That's enough sightseeing for right now. It shouldn't be a storm, but the sun will still kill me because I've done that far too many times. Stand outside like a moron. We're not going to park for real because we don't need to. But I want to talk about my specializations. Just on higher ground. But you underestimate my power. So we hit level 20 in the crafting section. That was my main goal. I wanted to get to the point where I get better stats. It's only 5%, but that was pretty good. The rest of the stuff is awesome, and you know it builds up. But honestly, I didn't think it was as critical at this point or at this stage of the game, at least as far as me, to continue past 20 until I get my combat up to 20 as well. And I'm currently at 18 into 19, which is good. I'm getting 18% extra damage with a 9% mitigation, and I am seeing the effects of that, so that is cool. We did a little bit of sabotage mission just because it was in the area we were in, so I picked it back up and we moved that bar pretty good. Have not really done any kind of explorations. I'm a bad person. And as far as the gathering did, I ended up doing one more because I didn't have anything, I think. I think I just did this one. Um, this I would like to get with a power drain. Thank you, Sparta. I have worked incredibly hard on it, and I'll get happy with it, and then after a little while I don't get happy with it, so we work on it. But um, I look at some bases and I think, hey, those are pretty cool. I hope you were talking about my cool base and not the other ones. The other ones are cool. The Japanese pagoda one's awesome. I love the design feature on it. And then the other one that's up on the hill. Mine's better, though, because it's mine. That's enough. But, yeah, I want to get this power drain. And then I don't really... I think I'm setting myself up because I'm focusing mainly here, and now I'm focusing mainly on combat so that I could fight my way through these dungeons. And I think I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to be like, crap, I need to go gather stuff now. And I'll have to be back here, and none of this will be in. But, oh, mine? Thank you, Sparta. The other ones are cool. Mine is better, though. But yeah, I want to try to get this. So we're going to focus a little bit, but I want this to be 20. Then we can play around on some of the other ones. Unless we just get a gathering mission that's just too good to walk away from. Let's take a look. Station 89. Harvesting vehicles. Cacti in the Odom. I think I did this once. Yeah, because you gotta walk around and, like, you find a dead person and then you just go pick up cactus pieces. And they're all pretty well within Kynes' sorry. Should be up here. Kynes' promise. This is that giant, like the ginormous cacti thing. I believe it was all in this area. I don't know. But we got to focus on combat, then we got to focus on energy drain. So, as you saw, I already have a mission loaded, which is going into the burning testing station, 136. Fun, fun, fun. I got this one, which is to once again go in and decimate the command structure of the sandflies. And then here's going into the ship. They were transporting irradiated crystals, which are forbidden. Bad. Let's make it a joke about this. Am I doing this solo or with other people? I am in part of a I am part of a guild, and I do stuff with them. But mostly the content that I put out there is mostly solo. I'm not against playing with other people and streaming it. But, you know, some people get a little iffy about that, and it does kind of change the dynamic going on. If I screw up, I don't care. I've never said it was awesome. But you can make fun of me all you want, but I don't want to put people in that position. And sometimes putting them on stream, a little questionable. Jiggy's still here, but I put him on stream. He didn't know it. He handled it well. Wired fired at me. Didn't know he was on stream. That was his choice, though. And if you're watching Wired, no, I haven't forgot about it. The little trade that you helped me with the other day, that took about a 10% reduction in how much I care about it. So we're still up there, but I will bring it up. You're level 20 in combat, but I'm thinking about splitting to level 20 in exploration for vehicle speed. Absolutely. People have been pointing out, I have done nothing to it, but people have been pointing out that once you start getting a lot of those bonuses for vehicle speed, for the heat and all that, you're going to be uncatchable. So you can go into, especially in a scout, you're virtually uncatchable now anyway. But once you get those extra bonuses against a person who doesn't have them, you no longer have anything to fear except yourself. If you get killed out there, you did something wrong. You weren't paying attention. You let your guard down. Between the rate of the distance that we can see people now and the speed at which you can get away, Yeah. It was a different world when I first was going out into the deep desert. It was scary and, yep, seems nice for deep desert space or spice. Yep. I don't know. You were already pretty quick with the carrier, even towing something. Again, it's going to matter whether your opponent is, putting points in those categories as well. So on even ground, it'll just be now, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm doing solo as well. It's fun, but you need to do a lot of stuff. Now farming plastanium. There you go. Plastanium and spice. Nice job, Sparta. You're at the end there. I got a video on solo spice harvesting if you're at that point where you've got a carrier and a sand crawler. And also about a deep desert base. If you look back, you'll see some of that I put up there. Life really changed for me when I had to stop flying resources, was able to put a little plot of land down and then use the buggy and refine everything out there. I know it seems like a lot, and yeah, with your base building and stuff like that, but if you're able to dedicate a good amount of time out there, it is really, you really start cranking out the materials. You'll go from bringing home like 200, 300, 400, 500 at the most. You'll be like, oh, look, that's awesome. And then you bring back 3,000. It's like, whoa, are you kidding? Yep. Oh my gosh. We're going to do this. Oh, I never said it. Oh, I'm so sorry. The joke I was making about this was the fact that you just keep going in there and killing the command structure, and I was commenting on how quickly people are getting promoted in the sandfly ranks. There's always room for promotion because the positions are opening up. Yeah, talking with Sparta there about doing things solo. Somebody made a comment on one of the videos and they were talking about spice harvesting, and I did the video about being out in the deep desert and doing it, and I was thinking, again, because we don't want to leave newer players behind, on just doing the start to finish progression of spice. And the first spice field I ever harvested actually is close to where my base is. Back in the early time, right in like this section, it wasn't supposed to be there, but there would be a spice field that could blow here, and this is all worm-free territory. They can't get back in this area. And I think I had a sand bike. I didn't even have a thopter or anything. And I came across a spice bloom, and it was the first spice bloom that I'd come across. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at this. And there was no worm sign or no anything, but I didn't even have a compactor. So I, always being the curious one, decided that, let's see. And I pulled that entire field by hand. Took forever, but got it all. And then we immediately drove back to the base and like deposited it. And I thought how cool it was. And then now I'm like, I get that in seconds with the sand crawler, even with the compactors, but yeah, interesting. You saw it the other day. It still spawns there. I haven't seen it since, but I haven't looked too much. But yeah, it was like right along this shield wall, right along this stone. I think it was right there. It might have been. I thought they got rid of it when they got rid of the cool spice stuff, but when they got rid of like the flower sand and all that stuff that used to be in the safe areas, that we finally could breathe a sigh of relief and not have to be terrified of everything. I know it's Arrakis, but still, man. Even the Fremen sleep sometimes. Alright, so we're going to go do something here. We're going to, under combat, we're going to once again take out the command structure, the sandflies. And this creates a problem for me. As you can see, this Landsraad, we're doing incredibly well. Number one, yay. Not many Harkos here, so it's probably nothing to worry about, but, you know, do your best when you can. I am currently at 8,000 for House Moritani. Most of the stuff I have, I use the Moritani swatches. I don't know, I just like it. If you look under, well, we'll go to inventory and we'll customize. It's you. I didn't know that. You look at any of this stuff, it's Moritani. I just like the color scheme. I think I'd have to go to the other thing. I believe that's Moritani colors as well. And in this Landsraad, you get the placeable swatch, which means I can make my boxes Moritani instead of the Chome look. So I'm all for it. However, we completed this one and I'm at 8,000. I need another 6 in order to get that placeable swatch, but I can't get points anymore for my guild. Like I said, it really wouldn't matter. But if you look here, this one's still in play. So what's good for me would be to dedicate everything to House Moritani so that I can get up to that 14. But it would be better for the house and for my guild if I took Mickerel to help increase this. So what do we do? Well, it's still in play, and I'm a good person, and I want to be friendly, and I want to help my friends out. So we are going to dedicate that to Mickerel. Now you notice I have an old one that I still have that's House Moritani. Once we've secured the Landsraad victory, then it's all me. So probably Sunday, tomorrow, and Monday nights we'll be finishing off, so at least I can get that swatch. That's what I found to be the hardest thing now. Because like I said, there was one time I did like 5 or 6 because it was donates. But like I had the items to donate, and I could just knock out an entire house's requirement, like, you know, real quick. Can't do that crap anymore now that it's all points based. I guess if I sat here and just was like, you know what, Mrs. Rabbit, she has work, so I don't have to, you know, worry about ignoring my family. Just make a day of it, you know. Because these missions don't take long. Probably really knock out most of the points I've gotten. I'll do like my 5 for the day, and I kind of stop. I gotta be honest. This week it has been. Let's go do this. Mission accepted. Travel to the Broodworks. Also, there's other stuff. There's other things in the Broodworks. I gotta be honest, man. I'm getting tired of this cavern. I really am. I've done the cavern so many times. I really hope that they... Oh, look at this. Sabotage, Sandflies operations. I don't have anything that I want to do in sabotage, so we're not going to. So this mission that we're about to do, the first time I did it, you know, it got a little irritating because I went up and I killed the guy that I'm supposed to kill. And then it says, okay, great job. Now use this code to call the next guy. So I killed the sergeant, and then I killed the lieutenant, and then it's telling me, all right, now go kill the commander. And I'm like, my God, you know, how many of these people, when are we going to stop? How much, what are the ranks? I would advise you to do it the way you want to do the first couple times. Maybe do it the way they want us to do the first couple times to get kind of a feel for it. Clear the entire area, clear the facility. But after about the 5th or 6th time of running this mission, I want to get to the end. Like, I want this done so these things go into where they need to and I can go on to other things. And this mission you can actually do rather quickly. Sparta, this will kind of affect what we were talking about earlier. I got to get rid of that stuff. I have upgraded my gear, Took a little bit of damage. Got to do some repairs. I went ahead and stuck some little level 1 things on because it's level 1 gear. But we did get a level 2 static needle and a level 3 Dune Watcher. And, wow. This Dune Watcher kicks hard. I haven't taken it to a deep desert testing station. I don't have any augments on it either. But, wait, she kicks hard. And the static needle, I think it's 170, we'll say 175, just because I don't like stupid numbers. But 175 for the damage. And the other original one should be over here. There it is. 140. So that's quite a jump. This is ungraded, so a level 2 is 2 steps better. So you have ungraded, then grade 1, grade 2. I do notice the difference, but not... I mean, as I start doing harder difficulties, it's erasing that. But for a mission like this, where I'm just going to go mess with some sandflies and line up some more people for promotion, these upgraded weapons are pretty good. Wired must have heard me talking about him. I was talking about how you shot at me. And how I haven't forgotten. And he said he felt bad. Once he saw the footage, he said he felt bad, and he should have. See, that's another thing. Sometimes when people shoot at you, you end up making friends. Whoa. Giant PC base. Yes, somebody's making a statement about Minnesota. I have feelings about, the world as it's going on, but I don't like expressing them here. Here we're just trying to escape all that and kill bad guys on a faraway world. Sorry, that coffee went down the wrong one. Oh. I will give that person credit, though, man, because that took some effort to make. Okay, so the first time I came in here, I was like, let me go in here and make a name for myself. And we just slaughtered our way through. And it took a long time. But you don't have to do that. In fact, I would, like I said, do it a couple times the way they want. And then be done with it. If you really want to get things cooking, I don't normally on stream use the movement things, I just run around. But you can get some decent speed. Bye. You can cover some distance if you really try to. Hello. Sergeant's dead. You don't have to kill this person, but I do because the audacity of shooting at me. So you go down one level. It looks like 2 levels, but no, this is actually just 1 level down. There's a guy with a flamethrower. Hey, I'm just going to push this button and bye. And now the first part of that mission is done. Now we got to go kill the lieutenant. Lieutenant's up in this building. What I usually do is I aim for that step right up there. No. Because the lieutenant is right inside here. Really? Oh man, I hate the... And now you're dead. You're gonna be so upset when they show up. Like, where's the bad guys? Be like, well, he just flew off, man. So we've cleared the first 2 sections really fast. The first time I came through here, like I said, I was trying to be heroic and do it the proper way, and it took forever. I wouldn't have even been done with the sergeant by now. I would be working my way up to him. These chests are nice, but I got a bunch of that stuff. Tell you what, let's do that. Oh, he took care of the poison already. He's gonna get the alarm off. Alright. So you come, oh, sorry, come in here, and we go to the upstairs. And we get the purple thing. No, I'm okay, thank you. And there's a nice little balcony right here. Kill these guys. Somebody going for the alarm? Or did I kill them all? There should be a, no, I got them all. Alright. Hi. Stab. Come on, die. Thank you. There's no way that stun got me. There's the commander. And they're done. So, yeah, once you learn the pattern, you can just burn through these things pretty quickly. I originally did it and was the heroic thing, and, you know, fighting my way through, and boy, after so many times, it's just a pain in the butt. This one, I can't jump because it ends up hitting that, but if you get up here... Oh, no, I was wrong. You gotta get up here. There we go. Now I gotta let the timer go again. 2, 1, and... There you go. My belt's about to break. How bad is it? Problem solved. Why you carry backups, folks? Trust me, the guy who conveniently this time was carrying a backup, but doesn't mean I always am. All I'm doing there is doing a knee charge and interrupting it almost immediately with my suspensor belt, and it just carries us on. So close. I'll claim it. How many of those do I have to do yet today? I think I'm only... Oh, I got 2 more. I want to go to there. Yes, Wired is being honest and truthful with you. The base, anything out in the deep desert, if you leave equipment out there, will be destroyed. Some people leave their, I mean, they take all the important stuff out and just leave the structure because it's just granite or plastone, which isn't hard to find. Forget how to. God, I need a bib. Wish they made it bi-weekly, yeah. Okay, what do I gotta do here? Guess I'll go do 136. The fire person's annoying. Which is all the more reason to do it, even with broken suspensor belts. Wait a minute. People are fancy. I have not done this one very much. It's funny how we are almost an hour in, and I have yet to go do 152. Tell you what, we're going to do that. I got to stay true. Otherwise, it's clickbait, and I swear I never do that. So with the upgraded equipment, 152 has gotten substantially easier. The biggest threat is stage 4 of the boss's mechanic, which is where I end up killing myself. But we're going to head back to base, drop off stuff, got to fix a couple things. Now we're going to get into 152. I think it's probably a waste of time for me to try to get through this because one of my guildmates is already doing really well in 152. I think they're like 13, 12 or 13 level. So they're getting all the good stuff, so. Yep, Minnesota. We're just going to do a quick stop, so no need to actually park. Go to the dump box, and let's get rid of all of this silliness. Wasn't a whole lot of silliness, was there? Thought there'd be more silliness. We're nowhere near as... No, it must be a storm brewing. Nowhere near as silly as we thought we were going to be. Yes, that was really broken. Let's just hit the space bar. I'm going to keep the lesser suspensor belt that I have, just because there's still plenty of good in it, and it'll be a refreshing... My backup tool's broken? What? Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, why not? It'll be super awesome feeling when we switch to something that's in way better shape instead of a partial. Let's check, make sure. Those are good. Oh, we're great. We're great all the way around. Forgot where I landed. I was going to say we could buzz the Monastery, watch them run, but... Yeah, this was quite an undertaking that they did. Kudos to them on the creativity. I forgot to hit the button. Oh, we saved the nosedive. Holy cow. Okay. 152 is just up the street from us. I did it properly this time. Improvement is the point. Okay, so before we get too crazy with that, we are going in with nice little forge set for that energy and mitigations. Big on the elements. So these dungeons, this was a set that was kind of made for the dungeons. Some people put a power harness in. I don't know. I did stick just a little increase in the armor value on these. These are just level, nothings, I think, or maybe ones. I'm not sure. But we're hoping to get ourselves to the point where we start getting some better pieces of armor. I'm not sure if we're going to get these, but that's what we're looking for. I really don't need to bring this because I don't really shoot this gun that much. We'll shoot this one, but we're going to bring it because it's on here and we don't have anything to switch it out with. This little level 2 static needle with no augments is this is our bread and butter weapon. This is what we use through this entire fight, as well as our skills. This dungeon is incredibly easy until you get to the boss. It's just 2 rooms with 3 waves of bad guys. Most of the time it's just a melee guy and a gun shooting guy. Like a distance, not even a spit dart type guy. At least for the first, and then the second one. And the third one they usually throw like a flamethrower or a chain gunner in. And then when you get to the second little lock-in section, it does the same thing, but instead it'll be the very last one is a melee person, a regular gun person, and then either a flamethrower or a chain. But it's not hard to deal with. This is more maneuvering and more trying to get through things like that. Need to finish it off? Hell yeah. Did you get them in the deep desert, or did you get them at like testing station type place or something? But like I was saying, this one is incredibly easy. It's just more maneuvering around until you get to the boss fight. The boss fight is where it's really going to matter. So I'm going to stop talking until we get to that. Upgraded weapons, definitely helpful. Upgraded armor, incredibly helpful. Make sure you brought a good amount of healing. This is just what I've been picking up lately from this place. I got Mark IVs here and toilet paper rolls there. I'm probably going to switch these out just because I've got 40 of them, for Christ's sakes. So there we are. And we're good to go. So, shield up. The right attitude and positive thinking. What am I thinking? Current rank is 5, so I cannot do 6, so I have to do 5. Extra health for the enemy, extra damage for the enemy. Shield regeneration comes back. Shield power is much better. I get more XP, and electric damage is more. But I get a almost 50-50 chance of getting level 1 gear. It's pretty good. As far as I'm concerned, this doesn't matter. I think I got one of these, though, the other day. Not a great one, but I think I nailed that 1%. And 1% sucks. So you're just going to get grade 1 augmentations. Hopefully, once we get up to this, like I had mentioned before, a 10% chance, I like that. I mean, they're not great odds, but I like it, you know. 1% is just get away with your stupidness. All right, so level 5. Here we go. Pull the rapier out. Getting a lot better with the rapier. What you will see me doing mostly with the rapier, it is...
Authorized visitor. If you have reached this point, it means you have passed our checkpoints.
Yes. Let's go over here so he can't hear us. Well, so we don't hear him. That's the issue. It's also hard to find a place to actually talk without the background noise being so bad. But the dodging, you step back, which means 2 things. Number 1, you can't just block like you used to, like you do with a sword or with a knife. If you're familiar with using the rapier, it operated the same way. Now you're going to step backwards. So you've got to let them get closer, and you have to parry sooner in order for it to be an effective parry. But what I like to do is the charged. Right there. You end up stepping back, charging, and doing that. And I'll catch them as they're running up. It instant stuns, and then you can immediately go into a shield breaking strike or penetrating strike and just put them on the ground. I'll show you here in a second. We're getting close to some bad guys. Easy peasy, right? Mark 4? Sure. I'm gonna take them only because I need them. Because I was running low. But, so here's the bad guy. There's gonna be one of these dudes, and then there's going to be a melee person. I guess I shouldn't talk because as you progress, I'm sure these guys are gonna get trickier and stronger. Maybe. Hell, I don't know. But we're just going to go in and stab them now. It's me.
I need backup. Attack.
Alright, so somewhere now. Let's get it to a point where you can see it. It's still a little difficult getting used to doing that. I can do it, but it is difficult. Come on. Where you at? I like doing this. It solves the problem a lot easier. Thought maybe they were still alive. Come on. And it's pretty easy to get used to. Watch. Access granted. It's pretty easy to get used to where you need to throw that in order to catch them as they run into it. What are you? I guess I should look. Yes, please. I guess I could take these two because there's only... Oh, only at 14. Trying to quit the game now. Alright. We're gonna check that room in there, and in order to do that, we have to come over here and get this little band. I don't care about... Well, let's check. Good lord. Yeah, it was worth it. Trying to quit the game again. Okay. Oh, I'm an idiot. This one I have to turn off. Let's see what you got for me, huh? I mean, I guess I'll take them. Crazy scary. Yeah, you turn that off. Turn that off. That shuts the wires off on the floor. Now we got the next locked-in bad guy room. Oh, we're good on water. I haven't even been hurt yet. Let's go in. Fired that off way too soon. Oh, he punched me. Oh my gosh, Thank you. So it switches up. This one is actually going to be the melee person. Could be a little scary the first time it happens. Oh, chain gunner this time. Come over here, big guy. Okay, and access granted. We're still doing awesome. There's stuff in there, but I'm not at the point where it's super cool yet, so usually just bypass it. And here comes the part that we're all been waiting for. This guy. The one you're in, 1 to 2, I think. Chuji, the more damage and health just takes longer. Yeah. For the people that I know that are ahead of me on this, I've listened to them as they were doing it, like on Discord and stuff. And I mean, you could tell that it was taking them longer and longer and longer each time they were getting through. Once they got into like the double digit missions, that was terrible. I'm going to hit the bathroom real quick before we get started with this guy. So I'm going to hit the be right back button, and literally it won't take but a minute or two, so give me a second. So I sit back down, and I'm getting ready to do this. Hi. Are you going to take over? You going to fight the boss? Huh? Meow meow? You want to rub against the lights? Say hi to everybody. He was just sleeping wonderfully and quietly, and then I got up to go to the bathroom, which woke him up. So now he'll be all up in our faces, right? You're just sitting back here so quiet and good boy. Show everybody how much you love this. Okay, you gotta go though. This is the important part. All right, I'll play with you later. He's gonna come back up. Just trust. It's going to happen. It always does. So this guy, he's a douchebag. He's got 4 health stages. Each one, the map changes. By himself, he's not that bad. He's just got a pistol, and, you know, if you get too close, he does this suspensor blast, and he does do a charge shot, which will hurt. The thing that gets you about this is that stupid lightning that's around the room. And each one of his 4 life bars, whatever you want to call them, health bars, he's going to do a different thing. The first one, it just shoots across vertically. Yeah, it's like a vertical wall, but it's going across. And it goes between these points, these things that are sitting here in the wall. So it'll shoot to this one, and then that one, and that one, blah, blah, blah. It's easy. You see it. They don't give you a lot of time. So if you're close to it or heading to it, it's probably going to hit you. The goal is to know where it's going to be and not be there. Once it does that, it comes from the ceiling and comes down. So you just got to not jump, and then make sure you jump. For the second phase, these things start rotating around the room. So you got to be a little more careful and watch where it's going. The third phase, a little pillar drops down from the center, and it takes big chunks, like big amounts of the floor get electrified. And you just have to know the pattern and how to maneuver. You want to do a clockwise maneuver, or counterclockwise, until it's time to go clockwise, and then you got to watch for the vertical thing. The fourth one, basically the same thing, but it goes a lot faster. I think that when they develop these, there's some sadistic guy who works for these companies who'll be like, you know what? Put some crazy music on that 4th stage just to mess with our heads. Or make it more visually impactful. Because the whole thing that gets you killed in this game is you. In this fight is you. It's very simple. It's very laid out. Do what you're supposed to do and you'll get through it. Don't think that I'm being superior here, because I don't quite have that pattern down as well as I should. The first stage, not a problem. Second stage, not a problem. Third stage, pretty good with it. It's maybe a problem 5% of the time. That 4th stage, I let this start taking over and get stupid about it. Ways that I combat this guy's not too resistant to my blade yet, especially with an upgraded one. We'll have to see. You know, I'm doing a different difficulty than I normally do. I use the turret. It's used to be really awesome. The turret used to take down his health by itself. All I had to do was run around. As he's stronger, my turret's not. So it's not doing quite as much as it used to. But it still helps. So it is progressive damage. The key to this is there are certain times when you should damage this guy and times that you should be paying more attention to the environment. The reason for that is if you get hit by the electricity, it will completely drop your shield. And then every bit of damage you're taking goes straight to the body. Eventually you will die. And if you go down, there's a very good chance, especially at higher levels, that you're going to be killed. If you get killed, it spawns you right back out here. You can see your little dead body in there, and you got to start that whole process all over again. And your gear took some damage. So we don't want that to happen. On a level 5 difficulty, it's kind of difficult to explain it. I'll do my best. But we're going to do mostly turret, and we're going to do sword damage. I have shot at this guy before. I don't bother poisoning him. It's a little rough trying to snipe a guy when he's this far away from you. So we will possibly pull out that drill shot and see if we can do some damage there. He doesn't have a shield, so it just goes straight to his body. But that is an unupgraded drill shot. It's just a Regis one, so it's not that cool. I do have other ones, purple ones I should be bringing, but I don't. Calm down, kitties. All right, let's get this show on the road. You ready? So here, when you see the electricity and you know you're clear, then you're fine. Ooh, that was close. There was this charge shot, and I missed. So here you can see it's coming from the ceiling. As long as you're in between 2 of these things, it won't hurt you. And now once it does it twice, it starts with the straight up and down one. So you just got to be careful. Make sure you're not standing in a spot where it's going to be. He's damaging himself nicely. Whoa, okay, I was not close enough for that. But I guess the game said I was. That one was far closer than I would like it to be. So when you drop your shield like that, just kind of run around until your shield comes back. We did take a little bit of damage. Between stages, you can't hurt him. It's a great time to heal yourself. And now these things are moving around. I'm just going to kind of stay here until we get to the top. And then we'll do some damage. Bastard. And this one you got to be careful with. Oh, I couldn't jump. I'm taking some body damage here. Alright, so we're just going to keep running and maneuvering. I like to turn every now and then just to keep his bullets from hitting me. There we go. Now we got our shield back. Let's do this. And you can see it doesn't do a lot, but at least it's continuous damage, especially when you're running around letting your shield come back. Any day now. Thank you. You don't have to jump up. You can, like this, stay running. Ooh. Almost took that one in the face. That was so scary it made me, like, back up in real life. I'm gonna let that turret do its thing. Nah, we're gonna stab him. Alright, so now we're moving into level 3. This is where it gets crazy. You want this thing to come down out of the ceiling. When it first starts out, make sure you're looking at one of those circles. And you'll see a big chunk, boom, there. And now we're gonna head this way. And we're gonna keep heading this way. And we're going to go backwards. And one more on the ground. And then we could stab him. Uh-oh. That needs to wear off. There we go. And then you go up in the air. Then you want to make sure you're looking at the circle. And it just rinse and repeat. We are quite hurt, though. So I'm going to give up an attack sequence here, or an attack option, just to hit the heal button. We'll get some health back. Oh, come on. Oh, now we're screwing up. I am critically injured, guys. Did not get that off.
Need another man.
Alright, you should be able to heal right here. There we go, we got a bunch of healing. Alright. This'll work. We're heading towards him at least now. I am, actually. Got me in a bit of a stun lock there.
I'm empty.
And there we go. So he was able to... Oh, it's going to be close. And then I jumped into it. Any day now. That's close. Not far enough out. Going the wrong way, that's why.
Need another man.
Alright, so we're in better shape now. We've got all our shield. Oh, come on!
Need more ammo.
Are you kidding me?
I'm empty.
Thank you. Can I get that off? Thank you. Oh my gosh! No, I'm not. Alright, let's just dodge him for now. I can, actually. There we go. Shield's back.
Need more ammo. I'm
Alright.
over to it.
This should be when it gets super fun.
Need another man.
So this is relatively the same, but now it's going to double tap down there. So we're going to stay up high.
More ammo. You've seen too much.
We're going to forego damage in order to get some health back. 1.
Lightning strike. I'm empty.
We are just giving him chances, aren't we, folks? Alright. 1 and 2. Okay.
I'm empty.
That was risky.
Need more ammo.
Alright, got our shield back. Gonna be close. And we're definitely not having fun, Mr. Planetologist guy.
I'm empty. What a shocker. Need more ammo.
I didn't want to do that. I wanted to stab him. That turret gonna get him? What do you think, guys? I don't know if it's gonna have enough in it.
You're no match for
Messy. Messy, and we almost died. Use source of power and energy capsule, exploit weakness, center a mass. Take the boss very quickly and keep shield healthy. Shiga wire to stun from a distance. I definitely do not use my Shiga wire even remotely enough. At this point, I'm honestly okay because I'm trying to get this pattern down. And, oh, wrong direction. Trying to learn the pattern much better. If I can survive these fights, then I can start working in some different types of weapons, some different things. If I do this on like the smaller or the lower difficulties, I can end him real quick, which is great for progression, but it's also terrible for learning how to actually do this. Hey, level 1 ancient way. And I got a level 2 snub nose expander. It's cool because I use that. You see me using it all the time. I guess technically I should start using it, but it's nice we got a level 2.
Greetings, authorized visitor.
Goodbye, Solido projection. Did we just pull a 1%? Like, what are the chances? What are the chances of getting that? I know it was like a 50-50 shot for level 1 arms and armor, so hooray. I have yet to get a piece of armor out of this stinking thing. Let me go right back in. What was level 5? I don't even pay attention to it because it's never going to happen. Okay. So now, what's the difference? Oh, I guess I could have just checked it in there. What's the difference now that I can do a level 6? I mean, we've been doing well. Grade 2 augmentations, 12%, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, I feel much better about a 12% as I did a 1, even though I did pull it. But, no complaints. Ooh. What level are you at, Wired? So at this point, we're going to look and see. I never died, so my equipment didn't take too much of a hit. Energy is good. I mean, this honestly, the stuff I'm picking up on the way there, I don't need to. I don't need to pick this stuff up from people. I mean, this is great to have, but I do have a lot of it already. This I would think would be worth grabbing no matter what, because you need this for a ton of augmentation stuff, but everything else, like, I really don't need these blade parts. Hmm. Yeah, I went out in the deep desert once since this dropped to when I found out the forge armor was available. Now it's not upgraded, but it's a good stepping point to go from like a chome set to these dungeons. Just because even ungraded, your armor values aren't going to be that good, but you're going to get those mitigations for damage, for energy, fire, blade, poison stuff. So the dungeons, the forge set is perfect for. And also it drops. Supposedly, people have said that. I've never had a single piece of armor drop in any of these things. But it drops in the dungeons themselves. The forge armor does. I think people are saying it's like a 6% chance. It's funny that I can't get a 6% pull, but I can get a 1%. And if you remember, on Wednesday's stream, I did a 1% pull as well. So we'll say. But yeah, I can just go right back in if I want to and push that level 6 and see what I can get, even with the weapon setup that I have right now. So my run there was like seriously sloppy. I was down twice, and there were so many times there that I was dashing into an electric blast, or I would fall down into it. One time they did kind of stun lock me, and that was a little unfair, but that's what happens. I accept responsibility for that. If I don't let them hit me, then it never happens. And that's what you want to do in this testing station. I have heard people telling me that, they'll say, "Oh, use this," and that's valid advice. And any experience that you've had doing this and what works for you, by all means, I want to know and see if it works for me. The reason I'm not changing anything and not using that advice is because I still don't have this pattern down as comfortably as I want. And if I switch to doing another method or another weapon, now I've added another thing that I'm not familiar with into this mix. My goal is to get this to the point where I can like sit here and play with the cat while I'm doing it, because I've got that pattern down so well. And once I get to that point, then I'll be definitely experimenting. We'll definitely be using more skills. I like the turret because it just gives me, even though it's minor, it's a set amount of damage. I know that is a finite strategy. Eventually it's going to get to the point where that turret's just not doing anything to this guy. The bonuses that he's getting from the difficulty I'm selecting are going to make it so that turret's nothing. And I'm definitely going to have to move to another strategy. But for right now, it's more important to me to learn this pattern. And I'm not, the sharpest tool in the shed. Sometimes I got to do things multiple times before it finally sinks in. When it sinks in, I can lock it down. When I first came in here, I didn't even realize there was a pattern to the lightning. I was just in there trying to dodge it when I saw it, and half the time I was dodging into it, I do think that the devs were a little generous on the range of those attacks. There are some times where I disagree. That it was in front of me. It wasn't that close, but I didn't have to be as close as I was, so it's my fault. But yeah, overall, but I do feel much better about it. Like I said, when I initially did this, I think the first time I did this was with I think it was Wired and Jiggy were in there. Yeah, because we had to sit here and wait for Wired because it took him so long to get here. Oh my god. Just kidding, man. I'm a Destiny player, dude. Trust me. That wasn't even a wait. Waiting to get a raid going, 15, 20 minutes. I didn't even have time to get bored enough to start emoting. But yeah, the first time I went through here, it was just stab, 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 stab until he died and thought I did something. Doing this by myself, I'm able to learn the pattern, understand it a little better. If you're unfamiliar with this, like I said, get some forge armor, and at level 1, you can take quite a few hits. Don't worry about damaging the boss. Worry about the floor. He's not going to hurt you. I shouldn't say that. He's going to hurt you, but it's not going to hurt so much that you die. If you go in there solely for the purpose of, I want to learn what this pattern is. Once you do that, it's not hard. There were a couple moments there that got a little squishy, and it was not my best performance. But luckily for you, you're not streaming. So you don't have the world watching. The world's not watching. You don't have some people watching while you're doing it and critiquing you and judging you. Yeah, I do get a lot of messages where people be like, "God, you're trash," and it's like your opinion, man. But I don't let it bother me. I'm doing what I'm doing the best I can, as far as I want to. But at home without anybody watching, so what? Who cares if you die 4 or 5 times? Who cares? As long as you're learning, as long as you're getting better each attempt, go for it. Don't be so quick to want to up that difficulty just because, I could get the better gear. It'll come. It'll come. Learn the pattern. It'll come. Same thing with the fire boss. The first time I fought with the fire boss, I was like, holy crap, Masano, whatever. It's like, why is everything on fire? Why am I on fire? But wasn't that bad. I was just realizing how often I get set on fire in this game. I think I got a problem. I gotta look into that. The poison dungeon. The poison dungeon suffers from an age-old problem in gaming when they create melee bosses. They're far too easy to pattern. Inside the that arena, there's like I don't know, like a tree. Just run around the tree. If you're running around the tree, he can't hit you. He'll spawn ads, so you'll have to stab them or take care of them every now and then. But otherwise, the boss can't hit you. The dark one, I've only done it once. And I've only done the radiation one once as well. So I don't have any opinion on that. But I want to focus on this one just because, like I said, once you learn the pattern, this is relatively easy. But yeah, get in there. Who cares how many times you have to do level 1 if you have to, until you get the pattern. And then life will get easier. But yeah. So I'm going to keep going. Eventually I'm going to catch up with everybody else in my group, and then we can all run it together. It gets harder when you have more people. But that's okay because there's more people. And I guess, what am I doing this for? I'm doing this in order to get better gear so I can do it at harder difficulties. So I can get better gear so I can do it at harder difficulties. So I can get better gear until eventually there are no more harder difficulties. And I guess that's the end game point for me. But I might sell my... I don't know. I might keep this. I have several ancient ways, but they're like the original ones. So it's nice to have an upgraded one. I may like put this in a chest and never use it. It's my first level 2 upgrade that I've gotten. I don't use the snub nose, so unless somebody in the guild needs it. I don't know. You guys are watching, so if anybody uses a snub nose and this would be handy, by all means you can have it. But 1% pull. I'm proud of myself. Well, we're getting close to the 2-hour mark, so I'm not going to start another one again. But you get the idea. It's boring to run around the tree, but it gets the job done until you start figuring it out. I had to run around the tree because I went into that testing station off of a mission without knowing anything about it, and that was when I was still very crappy with the rapier. I didn't know anything about the rapier after they changed it. I thought it was me at first. I thought maybe they changed all of combat. Because, you know, who reads patch notes? Get real. But, yeah, once I started figuring out the rapier, I should probably go back and revisit him. Maybe I don't have to run around the tree. But he likes doing a heavy-based attack, which he telegraphs. And once he starts it, he can't stop it. So if you're doing a circular pattern, he's aiming where you were, not where you are, which means he's going to miss. Jiggy, if you're still on here, is a level 1 Ancient Way worth anything? Thank you, Brad. I don't feel like I crushed it, but I did get it done, so I smashed it a bit. That probably sounds real bad. I don't know about this. I love this. I don't know about this. These guys might have to go. They can go. They aren't in the way at all. But we'll see. Dump box is getting awful full. Sun's getting awful low, big guy. 60 out of 100. Yeah, I'm going to have to go through this. Oh, well, there's a bunch of dumb stuff in here. Well, it's not dumb stuff, but like I don't need those. I just threw them in. Bunch of resources I got from I don't remember where. So yes, farming 152. I'm going to continue on that. I've heard from some of my friends who have played it. Said he did not hear everything you said. He's soloing in dungeon right now, getting wrecked. Hell yeah, I bet he is. Wired, do you know if wondering if if this is any good. I've got a level 1 Ancient Way. I don't know if that's worth anything or not. And then do either of you guys use a snub nose? Because this is wasted on me. I couldn't tell you the last time I touched that gun. Yours if you want it. I don't know if a level 2 augment is going to be helpful or not. But yeah, I like the way those pillars look, but they're in the way. I know I'm going to run into them on a constant basis. So from running that dungeon, which is the one I've done the most, that's where almost everything in this box has come from. I'm really good on these guys. Can I screw these over? 1300 damage. It's nothing to laugh at. Oh, we should switch those. So why do I care about these things? The reason I do care about them is eventually I have something on here in the wrong menu. There you go. Where is it? Something in here. Combine lower quality fragments to create higher quality fragments. I'm not sure if that does anything with the actual augments or not. Is there a way to turn Nice. Good job, Jiggy. Shit. It's because I have a channel. That's why I'm not as far along as you. I do this. Is there a way to combine them? Or is it just the fragments? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, are these fragments? Is that what these are called? Do I have any? I don't think I have any. No. No. Oh, wait. What the hell's a fragment, then? All right, 1,000 points, dude. That's nothing to laugh about. Maybe we'll make it. Who knows? But yes. So that's what we're going to continue on doing. I think I'm going to run 6. If I get past 6, we'll do 7. And I think I'm going to end up stalling right around there, like the 7, 8 range, just to get the pattern down better. I need to be able to do this, personally, my goal. I need to be able to do this without getting downed. Hurt? Absolutely, I expect to. But I shouldn't get downed. I need to predict those lightning blasts better. I need to maneuver better and keep myself on my feet. That's my goal. And before I worry about increasing the difficulty, I want to increase the mastery of it for myself. So that is oh. So you can recycle them and you get fragments of them, and then you can turn fragments into higher ones? I guess the whole reason I'm asking is I want to make sure that there is a reason to care about these, you know? It's one of the problems with gear that you advance and make better is you start leaving things behind. So what I end up doing is I just fill up my storage with junk because I don't know if it's a junk or not. Primary source Arrakis. That's pretty broad. The planet. Okay. Yes. All right. Well, I am going to jump off here, guys. Recycle them. Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably what it is. Hopefully I can make bigger and better stuff out of them. We'll have to see. Not well enough with the system. The script thing. Also, once a week I go to Arrakis and buy all my house scripts. The first time it was... yeah, I'm going to quickly outgrow them. Yeah. I just don't throw stuff away, dude. But yeah, the first week was that race to get all of my house scripts in order to get all of the Regis component type stuff from the vendor guy. And then this week, the first day, I had enough saved up from the previous week to buy everything I needed twice over. So now I actually bought the Spice Workers garb or whatever. And there is some other stuff in there that will potentially be helpful. I'm a pack rat, so I already have a lot of it at pretty good amounts. But as we're starting to craft more and more things, then we're definitely gonna be using materials. So luckily we're working that up pretty well. Did we win this yet? Ah, no. We did, didn't we? Yes, look, yay. So that's done. 8-0, and they got like 1 more day, 2 more days, 1 more day, 1 more day and 1 hour. We'll get there eventually, folks. Not looking good for the old Harkonnens. We really want to be douchebags. We could just finish these out. Finish these out. These were already kind of on their way. Crafting, exploration, and gathering versus sabotage and gathering and exploration. So that's the same. That's the same. I don't know. We'll see. But, ooh, this one's way better. I mean, we got sabotage, gathering, and crafting, but still, these are almost done. Once we win, then we're free to do whatever we want. It's nice to be number one so you get the most voting power, but winning is the key. So we might pick up a couple of these missions to help this along, and then we're just going to have to do 6 more missions, dedicate them to Mauritania, and we'll get ourselves a placeable swatch. The other stuff, I mean, an Acronian chest plate's kind of cool. The blade components I'll definitely use, both the plasteel and the diamondine, especially as we're making bigger and better equipment. It's going to take those kind of resources. I could probably live without a collapsible Dew Reaper, but whatevs. But yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. We broke the 400 mark, which is super awesome. I was excited because I caught the 404 subscribers, so not found. But yeah, we're continuing to move on and got some big plans for what we're going to do in the future. We will do our best to get that video done this weekend. I got a busy day tomorrow, but tomorrow night should be okay. And then Monday's going to be iffy. But I will be streaming, so hopefully we can get that done. We'll get some finishing touches on tonight, finish it completely up tomorrow, and possibly get it out then, or maybe Monday. And then, of course, we'll be streaming again on Monday. Continuing on with this, we're going to probably take a look at some of the different dungeons, because we have really focused on 152 the most. I want to definitely get some runs on the other ones. The fire one was, whatever. The poison guy, I only did once. The dark one, I only did once. So, and the radiation one, I only did the one time. It's like the weird zombie guys with the glass thing. The dark one's kind of creepy. Dude's laying on tables. Come on, man. But yeah, what's up? Looking forward to that, and we're just going to keep on keeping on. I will let you know what we decide to do with our Sheol base and anything else that we find. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care as well, Jiggy. I'll see you in a bit. And for everybody else, as always, I'll see you out there. Take care.